and LX models. $20.83 per month per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Quantities limited. $500 APR bonus is applied as down payment and no cash value cannot be combined with other finance offers. Not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers must take delivery from dealer stock through 11/3/25.
This is Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control. Summer is finally here. Now is the time to enjoy your lawn with cookouts, pool parties, or just catching some of that summer sun. Don't let fire ants ruin your day. Call Turf Pro Pest Control. Turf Pro will come out to your property and eliminate fire ants quickly. We guarantee it. Call Turf Pro. The blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Find us on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
Here for Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join me and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner from Arrowhead in Kansas City when the Chiefs take on the Commanders. Patrick Mahomes and resurging Kansas City have moved to 4-3 on the season with back-to-back wins. Now they face a 3-4 Washington team dealing with injuries. Don't miss it on Monday Night Football.
Commanders at Chiefs. Monday Night Football coverage starts at 6. Kickoff at 7:15 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
WVLQ Point St. Joe, WGSX Liberty, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And now, the Gulf Coast's newest sports talk host.
Hey, there's the new guy.
Paul Wilson.
That is not winning football.
Paul is your pipeline to the heart of the action.
The defense can only play this good for so long.
Hot takes, big reactions, and your calls are incoming.
This week, it's really going to be crucial.
The Sports Blitz.
They're playing championship football.
The new Sports Blitz.
You can say what you want.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It is. It's 4 o'clock on a Friday. It's the weekend, baby. Oh, yes. And we are live and local inside the CBC Construction Studios at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we are pumped up and ready to go. We're so glad that you joined us today. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. As always, on Friday, we got Jeffrey in the house. Jeffrey, how you doing, Jeffrey?
I'm doing good.
I mean,
the FBI is not investigating me for
that's
gambling.
Right. Yes.
So I'm all good.
Yeah. Are you feeling good?
Maybe they should investigate LSU because that offense is horrible. They might be throwing games. It's so bad.
I mean, there's a good chance.
Just the offense, not the defense.
Yeah,
defense is fine.
The defense is doing good.
They're cleared.
But the offense is probably not good.
Yeah.
And as always, in the bubble, the Bone Crusher. How you doing, Bone?
The weekend is incoming.
It is, and for us, it is already here, and we're pumped up because you know what? This is not a job. This is fun. This is what we get to do, and I love it, so I don't even count it as a job. So either way, I'm pumped up, ready to go. However you're listening, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on the radio, or whether you're listening on YouTube or the ESPN Northwest Florida app, we appreciate it. Like, comment, share. We've got a great show scheduled for you today. We got Coach Tommy Joe Whidden coming on at 4:20, Mosley High School. They defeated, we'll talk about it. I'm not going to give you who they defeated and what the score was until after that.
They didn't defeat them. They stomped them out. It was like they were a cigarette. Like, get out.
Put the fire out. And then we also got Chris Hobzilla coming into the building, so we're going to talk a lot about that. We've got Lane Kiffin news, and you don't want to miss it. But either way, you know, we've got to talk about it, everything that's going on right now in the NBA and local news, because realistically, when you look at it, this is not just a sports news story right now. This is, when you include the FBI, you start to get into national news, and when people start going to jail. Now, the question that I have, though, is some question that was asked today. And, I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. It's comical, but it's, I mean, unless it's about you. But, you know, the question to me is that everybody is talking about Chauncey Billups being arrested, and the picture of him walking in and out of court and all that, and in and out of jail and a mugshot and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because he's a big name.
Right. But where are the people from the mafia that was tied to all this? Where's their pictures?
Oh, well, see, here's the crazy part about it. With it being so publicized, there's a couple of different things that could be happening, you know. And we don't know if somebody's going to roll and, what do you call it, snitch somebody out, you know?
Yes.
Which is kind of crazy, because you were even saying something about Chauncey Billups, like, what's he going to do? Like, everybody knows what he looks like. Yeah, he can't go witness protection.
No.
Yeah, so this is kind of weird. Or somebody in the government is getting paid off to not go after those guys.
Yeah, but it's happening. And a lot of people are talking about it. There's a lot of opinions floating around.
Oh, yeah.
And
so if you had bet, like, let's say Terry Rozier throwing the ball away numerous times, two years ago, you know, and you would bet on those games, and you remember, oh, you know what? I bet on those games. How would you feel? That's your money, man.
Slighted. Yeah. Well, and if you listen to everything that's being put out, it's also like, it's the fact that the players are not supposed to tell what injuries they have to the public. They're only supposed to talk to the people that are in the building. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a contract that they sign that they can't do that, because if I know that I'm dealing with an ankle injury and I tell someone and they know that, and they know that I'm only going to play 15 minutes, and a bet comes out that says, hey, is Paul going to play 15 minutes, or is he going to play 30 minutes, or is he going to score 30 points?
Yeah.
And some people will take the over, some people will take the under. Mm-hmm. And see, that's where it gets really crazy. And see, to me, now I'm not a bettor, and I don't get involved in all that stuff, not just a personal choice, but when you look at all of the, I mean, they've got bets on how many times somebody spits at a baseball game.
Or who scores first.
Yeah, who scores
first. Or how they score.
Or how they score. And during the WNBA, they were asking, will Angel Reese miss a shot first before she makes one?
Man.
And I mean, they would have that video. And so,
that's so wild.
There's so many bets that you can bet that are just crazy, you know, like, you know, I'm a part of a app like a Robinhood.
Oh, okay.
And there's contractual things on there that you can do. You can basically put in, hey, you know, I'm going to 37 cents. I'm going to buy 40 of those that says that the Blue Jays are going to win tonight.
Yeah.
And then it changes, and you can cash out early and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there was one where somebody was at the 2-yard line, and the percentage changed and everything about somebody winning, and then they stalled out at the goal line, and you know,
it changes,
and then so then they. The odds and because what's called a live bet? Yeah, the live bet is kind of wild.
But if you think of it, that's what we've turned this into. This is exactly what. So are we surprised that this kind of stuff is happening as far as the NBA goes? I mean, because obviously we knew about the referee, Tim Donahue, that was having the trouble several years back, what he was doing, how they would go in. And he did the documentaries, and he told stuff that nobody really knew. And the fact of the NBA would send out emails saying, hey, Allen Iverson is being really, you know, nasty to some of the referees. Let's make a point.
Example of him.
Yeah, let's make a point. And then calling for carrying the ball a couple of times, and then calling for fouls.
Okay, so the NBA has evolved to just unbelievable proportions, and they're not even growing as much as football is, obviously, over 2 decades straight.
Yeah.
We'll say. Boston College had a betting scandal back in the 70s or early 80s.
I don't know. I was a kid.
That was a big deal. And then Tulane, I want to say about 1985, 86, they had a scandal for their college basketball. That's college basketball. It's not even as big as the NBA. Hasn't been as big as the NBA since we were little.
Yeah.
I mean, that was small time money for college kids who have nothing.
Yeah.
This right here is big time.
Oh, huge time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you look at it, it is so crazy to know that the mafia and these big-time people that are tied to all this is just like, I mean, really, when they look at it, it's like, well, I mean, they're making a bet they know they can't lose.
Yeah.
So why not do it? And that's what a lot of these people are doing. And the fact that the players, Terry Rozier, because everybody's naming them so we can name them as well. Yeah. So you got Terry Rozier that they're showing clips of him playing basketball, throwing the ball away. And whenever he would show up showing that his ankle was hurt, he knew that his ankle was hurt and that he was going to be limited, or he would fake an injury and then all of a sudden 2 to 3 weeks later, $200,000 was sent to his house via, FedEx or UPS or whatever. And it's just like, okay, so these guys, you know what I mean? They're manipulating everything. And that's a scary thing when you look at it, because
if these guys aren't dealing in cash, you got to go to the Cayman Islands. I mean, most of the Caribbean, the wire transfer and Switzerland also. But the Cayman Islands is the one that's most famous for it as far as like transferring money. And, that stuff, it doesn't get found out about.
Right. And that's, I don't know. That's weird. But either way, we do have someone on the phone line, Red 17's phone line, Ed from San Antonio. Are you with us, Ed?
Yeah, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, buddy. How are you, man?
I'm feeling under the weather, but still want to call in and say what's up.
Awesome. Were you excited about tonight's game?
Sure. I want to see where it stands. Like, whoever wins game one is going to be, I think there's going to be a lot of hype on them. It's going to set the tone.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see where, and you got a rookie starting for the Blue Jays tonight. And so Chris Snell is starting for the Dodgers. So you got established ace versus a rookie. I mean, he started in April in single A this year.
Yeah, and then one of the Dodgers pitchers had a bounce. I don't know if his kid died or something happened with his wife. I heard about that, yes.
Yeah, the reliever, yep, he's messed up. So that allowed Clayton Kershaw to actually make the roster. So Clayton Kershaw is on the active World Series roster, as also Bo Bichette is coming back for the Toronto Blue Jays to add to the firepower. Before he got hurt, he was really ripping the baseball. So
Boba Fett?
Bo Bichette.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
It's a Star Wars character.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to joke.
I'm not a big Star Wars guy.
You know, if the Dodgers win this game, though, it's going to say a lot more than if the Blue Jays win, because this game is in Toronto, and we're expecting the Dodgers to win this series. So it's going to be really bad for Toronto to lose this game.
Oh, 100%.
So I'm thinking about 6 games. What are you thinking, Ed?
Sweep sounds nice, but realistically, probably not. I'll go plus or minus. Let's do 6.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet there.
Yeah, I feel comfortable about that. But real quick, I was calling in. I got a friend. He's a Cowboys fan. I know I just admitted that. I'm sorry. But he's
you fraternize with Cowboys fans?
I know. But he is one of your. I'll keep it short. But he is a fanatic, in my opinion. He lights a candle. He has his own socks. He has crazy rituals. He puts on face paint. He doesn't want anyone to talk to him at certain times of the game. Do you guys know people like that, or do y'all think that's a little too extreme?
Well, it just really depends. Like, there's growth in sports fandom, and I think sometimes you kind of get really deep into that. I actually, like we talked about, I think it might have been 2 shows ago, it's a couple of days ago, and when Alabama would start looking really bad, I would change where I was sitting in the house, or I would move the pillow that I was sitting beside and turn it over to the other side. And if they started doing good, I wouldn't move, and I would stay in that until the game was over. So yeah, it just depends. I think it comes with maturity, and because I really believed at that moment that I was the reason why they were winning.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good weekend. Thanks for letting me call in. We'll talk to y'all then, all right?
All right, buddy. Have a good weekend and have some fun.
It always makes me think of the Seinfeld episode with the face painter for the New Jersey Devils.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly
Elaine's
right.
boyfriend. What was it, Putty?
Yeah, I'm not going to a game with anybody who has face paint.
Oh, what about chest paint if it spells out something?
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, isn't that what it's about? Isn't that what everybody's wanting to, you know what I mean? Like when you go to a game,
have a good time.
You want to have a good time. Yeah. What about the guys at Florida State? They come in the glitter that are in the body paint glitter, and it's like they're like
anti-glitter, man.
They're like famous now because of that.
Yeah, I would go to a game with a shirt off and like a letter painted on my chest, but it cannot be in the month of November because that is too dang cold outside.
Yeah, that is true. I wanted to say hello to Leslie Dixon. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Cade Brown, hey, man. And then Kenneth Whitsitt. What's up, my friend? But going back to this whole betting scandal, that was just the part about the games, in which they say now there's more to it, that there's more heads that's going to roll. And the one coach, Jones, that played with LeBron when he was in the Cavaliers, it's been told that his reasoning for getting caught up in all this was that he knew LeBron was not going to play. And so he was able to tell people when LeBron wasn't going to play, and that was going on because him and LeBron were such good friends, and he would text him, how's he doing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm not going to play tonight. And see, that's a no-no. That's where you can't tell what other players are doing.
Yeah.
And you know as well as I do, if I live at home and my cousins and my aunts and my uncles are all around town and we're all close, and they know if they've come over to my house and they've seen me in a walking boot, or they see me limping, or they see me elevating with ice, or they see me getting treatment, they know that I'm hurt.
Oh, yeah.
So they can go out and tell their friends or tell somebody, well, guess what? That's not against the rules.
What?
But anybody involved in the NBA, Jones was a coach, an assistant coach. He was involved in telling someone. So as long as you're, friends of a friend or kin of a kin, it's okay. But you just can't do that. So how do you feel about that? Because really, how are you going to regulate that? You really can't, right?
You can't. It's basically like stocks and bonds. Well, it's more stocks. Somebody saying, oh, you're not looking too happy this week. Your company's going to be releasing their quarterly report.
Right.
You don't look like you're very happy right now.
Well, and also when you look at how, and it happened with Congress and knowing what was going to happen with businesses and that kind of thing. So they kind of knew. I just don't see how there's a way that you can do that. There's no regulating that. I just don't see. Yes, you can crack down on the players doing that. But what about this? College now. College players, they just voted and allowed college players can bet on pro. And you know how they know each other. They know each other, especially the stars, especially the ones that are going to the schools that they went to, or they're kin to someone, or they're friends with someone that knows them, or been to a camp.
Or little brother.
Or son.
Because the older brother's in the NBA or NFL, and then the younger brother's playing in college at this time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this happens all day long.
Yeah. So it's.
I mean, the guy who
open.
The guy who went last night, the tight end for the Chargers, Gadsden.
Yeah.
I didn't even click. It didn't even click. I'm a Dolphins fan, and I didn't even click that was the guy's son that played for the Dolphins 26, 27 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, Olind Gadsden, this is his son. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's crazy. These are guys' sons that played 25 years ago.
Yeah,
and he's in the NFL.
Yeah, look at Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's playing tonight. He's the son of Vlad Guerrero. Yeah. It's happening everywhere. And when you look at it, they all know each other. I mean, Vlad Guerrero Jr. knows all of the older pros that have sons and aunts and uncles and brothers and all of that. What I'm trying to get to is the fact that there's no possible way that you're going to be able to regulate
They have to wiretap this mic that I'm talking into right here. Because, they'd have to tap everybody. I mean, this is just, it's uncontrollable. There's too many people in this country to wiretap everybody. You'd have a surveillance state of a country.
But there's no way you could do it.
No, you
as
could
far
not.
as getting everybody to not have the edge to win the bet.
Yeah.
There's just no possible way.
And the complaint is that the U.S. Congress, they say they have insider information for stocks.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why they become millionaires.
Yeah.
They're not millionaires till they get in office. And it's kind of like,
What?
wow, you know? It's a lobbyist, you know?
Yeah, but then let's switch over to the other side, the part where Chauncey Billups was having the people that he knew, and he was the face of it because he was such a good guy and everybody trusted him. He was a mentor to several people. And then,
He wasn't Rasheed Wallace.
right. He was like the calm guy, the good guy. Everybody liked him.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
And now he's inviting all of these people, shaking their hand as they come through the door. Come
He's
bet
the face
with
of
us.
this poker game.
Yeah, where $7 million has been lost in just a house or a facility. And what's crazy is you can hear radio stations, you can interview people that live in New York. It goes on all the time. It's illegal to do that, but everybody is doing it. And it's like you said, you watching a TV show and they're talking about it, and at the bottom of the screen, ESPN bets.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, it's all here.
Yeah, it's becoming more normalized.
Yeah.
And we think of was it the 1919 Chicago White Sox, the Black Sox scandal?
Right. Same deal.
It was more than 100 years ago.
Yeah. But now there's nothing you can do about it. There's no way you're going to regulate this.
And it in the past, it was for peanuts. Now it's big time money.
Big time money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is that he was making $60,000 for these poker nights. $60,000.
So just put them on.
So just bring the people. Be the face. Shake hands with the ones that we need you to shake hands with. Get your friends that know friends that know friends that have money. Have them come play in our poker nights. And the fact is that they were cheating the whole entire time. They had see-through tables. They had the machines that knew they manipulated how they would shuffle the cards. So they knew exactly who would get what card, and they could make you lose on purpose. And then they had glasses given to people that could look at the cards to know exactly what cards they had during the poker game.
marked cards, with the glasses. That's espionage.
I mean,
that's what it is. It's spying.
Yeah, there's no way you can regulate that. There's no way when it's going on everywhere. How are you going to stop that? I mean, without saying, putting you on the spot, but kind of putting you on the spot. Have you ever played poker not at a facility that is regulated by the government to play poker?
That stuff's illegal. I can't do that, Paul.
Okay, exactly right. Exactly right. That's the greatest answer. And with that answer, we're going to take our next break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Coach Tommy Joe Whitten of the Mosley Football Dolphins. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Red 70s studio line is now open. 850-215-6290. Your home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up this Sunday, a huge NFL doubleheader. First, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the New Orleans Saints.
First and goal, slant, touchdown.
Coverage starts at 2:30, kickoff at 3:05. Then Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers host his old team, the Green Bay Packers. Sunday Night Football kicks off at 7:20 right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Sunshine the rest of the day with a gentle breeze out of the east at 11 miles per hour and look for it to be 82. Tonight, there will be mostly clear skies with the temperature reaching 63. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 80. Sunday will have a high of 79 and very light showers. This weather is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we are in the Big Easy as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sail into New Orleans to square off against the Saints. Baker and the Bucs can find the end zone fast with the timeless Mike Evans. The Saints can let the good times roll with Rattler, Olave, and Kamara.
Towards the right side for Kamara in the end zone, and he makes the one-handed grab. Touchdown Saints!
It's the Bucs at the Saints this Sunday on Sports USA.
Coverage starts Sunday at 2:30, kickoff at 3:05 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
You found us inside the CBC Construction Studios. And now the Gulf Coast's newest sports talk host, Paul Wilson.
Fresh new start.
Locally sourced, farm to radio. The Sports Blitz.
We're starting fresh.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in. You can text in on the Red 17's phone line, 850-215-6290. Don't forget the games of the week. Auburn at Arkansas. Kickoffs at 11:45. Texas A&M and LSU at the nightcap. Kickoffs at 6:30. Don't want to forget those things.
You care about that Auburn-Arkansas game?
Well, not really, but I know somebody that does. Speaking of, we've got Coach Tommy Joe Whidden on the phone lines, on the Red 17's phone line. Coach, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Man, tell us about what is going on with that. Jeff called it a beatdown. I called it a curb stomp. 54-14 last night over at Tommy Oliver Stadium. How did it go, Coach? Tell us all about it.
Well, I thought we played really well last night. We started fast. You know, JP continued to play well through 4 touchdown passes. Carson Griffin had a great night, had 3 touchdown catches, also had a pick on defense.
Wow.
And guys just flying around. Holden Henson had a big kickoff return for a touchdown. Dawson Reed had a pick on defense. Defense forced a couple of turnovers, so it was a great night. We got off like 34-0 after the first quarter, so that allowed a lot of the young guys, a lot of the backups, opportunity, chance to play, and again, just pleased overall with the performance, and excited to get the win.
That sounds really good. We had talked about this game, and we knew that you guys had the opportunity to do it, and it sounds like y'all put the pedal to the metal on that one. Let me ask you a question. I was watching a video today, and it was of you guys, and it was a kickoff. So where did this kickoff, little razzle-dazzle, come from? Did you think of this all on your own, or did you find this somewhere else? Come on, Coach.
Oh, you talking about how we just kind of faked it to a couple of different guys and then
yes.
Gave it to a young guy? Yeah, so it's something we I think you've probably seen it on Instagram or social media. There's a clip of a team in Texas doing in the state championship. A couple of years ago we saw it, and we've done it once. So we did it versus Rutherford on the first game of the year. And, we got to get the right look from the kickoff team, and we got it again. This week, and just the opportunity to put something on film, make our opponents have to plan and work for, and I thought our guys executed it. We were kind of one play away from busting it wide open, but got us some good field position to start the game.
Yeah, that was pretty phenomenal. I don't think Jeffrey saw it, but I'd like to just tell him a little bit. So what happens is the kid catches it, and then they run a kid off to the side, then they run another kid off to the side, and the kid turns his back, but you got 4 or 5 guys standing around in like a little deal, and then he kind of gives a little pitch to the other guy, and he comes, come through. Yeah, so it worked out pretty good. The kid that was running that play, talk a little bit about him. I think he's a freshman.
Yeah, that's Caden Say. He had a great year for us on our freshman team, and he's a really fast kid. I'm excited about just his future, his development in our program, and trying to give him an opportunity to make a play, get it to one of our fast guys, out in space. He definitely had earned that through his work on the lower levels, and again, thought he did a great job of executing, and he came around the corner. Just kind of had to make one guy miss, and like I said, got a big return and got us out to midfield to start the game off.
Now, I know this has already been shared, but for our listeners here today, could you, I'm not sure if there's any kind of, I don't know if you can do this or not. We didn't talk about this. Sorry if I'm out of order here, but I did read where Adam Land is lost for the year for you guys. Yeah. And let's talk about Adam for just a little bit, just to tell him what he means to the team and just what he's done here at Mosley for all these 4 years that he's been here.
Oh, yeah, Adam's, he was a team captain, he's definitely one of the hardest working kids in our entire program, on the field, in the classroom, has a 4.3 GPA, in the weight room, just everything that you'd want your star player to be, Adam is, and, again, has been a great kid in our program. He started for us for 3 years now, and unfortunately he tore his ACL last Friday versus Arnold, and it's just extremely unfortunate for him, and obviously we're gonna miss him and everything that he brings to the table, and I hate that whenever a kid's season gets cut short, and especially when they're a kid like him that's worked really hard, you just feel for him and just all that time and energy they put into it. Adam will obviously, put all of his focus into his recovery, and, he's still going to sign with Mississippi State. He'll be going there in January, so a lot of the rehab process will be done through them, and obviously he'll be in a great situation to get back and hopefully make a full recovery and be ready to go hopefully by the start of next season in Starkville.
Yeah, and that was the other question I was going to ask, if he was going to go ahead and make the transition, because I know now that they can do that, and that's really good news for him, and being able to go do that and get the treatment and get with the right doctors and all of that. So that's a really good thing for him, for his future. The night that it happened, I was over there with him, and or at halftime, me and him had a conversation, and so either way, great kid, seems to have his head on straight, and that's a good thing for his parents, but it's also for the program as well. Looking forward to next week's game against Florida State University. Now, is that game going to be home?
Yeah, it's going to be home. It's going to be another Thursday night game.
Okay, so that'll be home over here. Okay, so that team is 4-4, so obviously looking forward to doing that. Now, give the listeners how it works after that, as far as what do we do on playoffs? Are you guys getting a bye, or are you guys going to go straight into it after the week after Florida State, or do you get a bye?
Well, so there's going to be a week off, after the last regular season game. The state has built in a mandatory open week for all teams. If there was ever a hurricane or something like that, it gives the opportunity for teams to make up a game they may have missed. So, if there's any games that were missed during the season, obviously there was no hurricanes this year, but if there's any games missed to inclement weather or something like that, teams can play in that week. And then, kind of once all the games get finalized, they'll continue to put out the computer rankings, and, we'll see where we get matched up, who we're going to draw, and kind of go from there. So, it's a bit tough because you don't know exactly, who you're going to play until the rankings finally get released. And, we don't know what the formula is or, what the criteria is. I know there's going to be some makeup games during that open week that will definitely affect the outcome of who the matchups are going to be. So, we'll definitely be eagerly waiting to see who our opponent's going to be, but we're excited that we got that opportunity to be playing in the playoffs and definitely look forward to it.
So is that going to be like will it be like almost like a college football thing where you're sitting waiting on like a Sunday to be able to send them out, and that way you can go ahead and start getting ready for, who you're going to play?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, so the state does a pretty cool job with it. They do like a whole selection show type deal, and past couple of years we go over to Beef O'Brady's. They pulled the YouTube channel up and put it on the big screen in there. The whole team's in there, just kind of waiting to see, who our draw is going to be. It'll be pretty cool, little exciting atmosphere. We appreciate Pat Perno doing that for us, and so again, like the community comes out to support all the fans, all the parents come out. Like I said, we go to Beefs and sit around and see who our opponent's going to be.
That's cool. That's what really, high school football is kind of made to be. So that's a really cool thing. Well, that's great. We'll be watching that for sure. Now, Coach, you were a coach in the college ranks as well, so you know a lot about what's going on right now as far as, with the colleges and coaching and how things work in that regard. Have you ever been a part of a staff where a head coach has been let go?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Again, in the coaching world, and especially in the college coaching world, they say there's two types of coaches that have been fired and have yet to be fired. And so, it's just definitely part of it. When I was coaching at Jacksonville State, I was part of a staff that our head coach got let go, and then therefore everybody on the staff gets let go. So it's definitely a tough deal. You definitely feel for everybody's coaches and families because it creates a lot of change and turmoil. But it's a part of when you sign up to coach college football. It's definitely a part of the process, and everybody's going to experience it at some point in time.
Yeah, that's a hard deal. You go somewhere for 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 years, 10 years sometimes, and you've built your life there. Your kids were born there, or that kind of deal. So it's definitely something that you have to be prepared for because, like you said, it's not if but when. So, looking at all of this that's going on, and I know that you have friends because of your time at Jacksonville State, but also at Auburn. Do you have any opinions? And Coach, if this is off topic, it's okay. You can tell us you'd rather not say because I know you got some friends involved in all of this. But do you have an opinion on who the next Florida Gator coach is going to be?
Yeah, I definitely have an opinion, and I definitely have friends involved. I have no inside information. Obviously, this is just my personal opinion. I think we all, think right now the front runners for the Florida job is going to be Lane Kiffin. Whether he gets it or not is going to be ultimately up to him. From everything, all the accounts, seems like he's going to get offered the job, and it's whether he wants to go to a place like Florida where you have every resource imaginable, or does he want to have the legacy of, possibly potentially being one of the best coaches or greatest coach ever at Ole Miss. And, he'll decide that. If he were to turn it down, I would think Eli Drinkwitz would be on the short list of guys that, may be given that opportunity. Obviously, I think he's, a great coach, and what he's done at Missouri is, has been really impressive at a place that's not been a typical power, in college football, and have that team in position playing Vandy this weekend to, kind of take control their destiny to the SEC championship. Just, obviously speaks to the caliber of coach that he is.
Now, let me ask you this, because there's been an ongoing argument here on our show between me and Jeffrey. And it's been about who are the top 10 jobs in the country. And he brought me a little cheat sheet list and all of these things. And I told him that I still believe that Florida is a top 10 job. And I told him that he's got Oklahoma in there and in the top 10. He's got USC in there as a top 10. And he's also got Penn State in there as a top 10 job. And, to you, now Jeffrey, he's big, but he's a gentle giant, so he's not gonna, I got him, Coach. You just tell me if you agree with me that Oklahoma, USC, and Penn State is not a bigger job than the Florida job.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100% on that. when and again in the modern day of college football, NIL, and this portal deal that we're in, resources and funding and, your alumni base, all of those things matter a lot. And then also too, just, access to players.
Do you know what school has the largest alumni base in this nation?
Not off the top of my head.
Penn State.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm not going to sit there and argue that they don't have, and that's not a definitely factor. But also, it's been a long time since Penn State has played for or won a national championship. And don't get me wrong, it's a great program, but just the access, your talent, like your just natural recruiting base.
Yep. Yeah.
I would definitely lean towards what Florida has in their backyard and what they're, obviously to me from a recruiting standpoint, you're going to have to work really hard, to get kids. Not to say that they haven't done it, they can't do it, but I think it's just a lot harder path to get kids to come to Penn State over Florida.
Yeah, I know Florida has the second most amount of recruits to be recruited after Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Florida does have more than triple the amount of recruits than Pennsylvania will ever have. But they got to, it's the Hurricanes and the Seminoles that they always have to vie for, And it's not like you just get a third of your pick because, Bama and Georgia are in your backyard just trying to pick up people from Miami or wherever, Jacksonville, or anywhere. So it's, I don't know.
I think it says a lot to say, though, that, and obviously we live in Florida, so we're seeing it a lot more, but nobody's really talking about, except for Matt Rule, who's taking the job at Penn State. And I think that kind of lends Florida being a bigger job because it's on more of the, national shows than Penn State's coach is. So either way, I just wanted to throw you in there to help me out, Coach, a little bit to, even this up a little bit. So I appreciate that. But, when you look at, the thing that happened with Auburn, with the referee being a 41-year veteran, and how did that make you feel that they stepped in and Auburn dotted their I's, crossed their T's, did all of the things right, and basically, made the SEC do what they said? If you'll fill your paperwork out, if you protest or however they do all that to, complain about an official, and then they did it, and then boom, the SEC reacted. How did that make you feel, or can you just give us your opinion about all that?
Yeah, when I saw it, I was definitely shocked that, the SEC came out and did that. At the end of the day, it definitely vindicates that there were some bad calls. But, again, I'm of the mindset, there's been bad calls in football since the beginning of time. You could, go back and any football game that's ever played, there's been a call here or there that can influence a game. And in all of those games, I think you'd be crazy not to say that even as when things went against them, there were still opportunities, for Auburn to still win those football games. And, their defense has definitely put them in position all year, to give them a chance to be successful. Again, it was interesting that the SEC came out and did that. But also at the same time, I just feel like, again, with what Auburn's play, how they played. I still think there was opportunities.
Yeah,
and those ball games.
And the implications for Auburn. It's not just like the coach could lose his job. It's all the players, and they could go to the portal and end up somewhere else. That it's life-altering decisions like this. And as soon as I told Paul just assumed it was the Oklahoma game, and then I was like, no, it's the Georgia game. And then it's like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah. It's that crazy that it's been multiple games like that. And now they're in a situation with 4 losses. And let's say you do lose at Vanderbilt because it's a different type of Vanderbilt team. And then you lose at Bama at the end of the year. You're 6-6. So that makes this game this weekend at Arkansas a must-win just to get to a bowl game and maybe save his job.
Yeah, obviously Auburn right now is not in a good position. They're definitely their backs against the wall, and you're going to find out, if there's any fight, any resolve, in that locker room. The defense. Again, how many times can the defense just keep going out there playing their hearts out?
Right.
With the offense going out there definitely letting them down. And so I'll be curious to see, how that's going to be. Obviously, you got, senior captain asking for a red shirt, after 4 games into the year. So and then other players coming out to support that. So there's definitely a lot of dysfunction, a lot of distraction going on with that football team. So this next month and a half will definitely be interesting to see, how it plays out and, how the team's going to respond, being in the situation that they've put themselves in.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Coach, one last thing before you go. We're up against a break here in just a moment. And thank you so much for coming on with us today. How about a big shout out to the tunnel captain, Caden Brown of the Mosley Dolphin football team manager. What does this kid mean to you over there at Mosley?
Man, there's nobody on planet Earth that loves Mosley football more than Cade Brown. And Cade, he's a special guy that his fingerprints, are all over Mosley football. The practice field is named after him. At the end of the season, we have a Cade Brown award that goes to the guy that just, who Mosley football means the most to. And Cade sets that tunnel up every single week. That tunnel is definitely on its last leg. Last night it got a little bit of a hole in it, and it was sagging a little bit, and Cade was over there trying to hold down the fort to keep it insulated. And he's let me know we definitely need a new tunnel after this football season.
Yes.
So we will definitely have a new one next year. And Cade's asked if he can have that tunnel as his personal tunnel at the house. And I've told him he can. He can
That's awesome.
And he loves that tunnel. That's his baby. And we obviously got to do whatever we can to keep Cade happy.
That is awesome. Well, he had commented on here, and I wanted to make sure he had commented on Facebook. So I wanted to make sure that we make sure we got him on here and let him know how much you guys appreciate him, how much we appreciate him listening and commenting. And Cade does an awesome job. But, Coach, thank you so much for coming on, and have a great night with your family, and enjoy this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Coach. When we come back, we are going to dive into more of this college football season. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Text in now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Your home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up this Sunday, a huge NFL doubleheader. First, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the New Orleans Saints.
First and goal, slant, touchdown.
Coverage starts at 2:30, kickoff at 3:05. Then Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers host his old team, the Green Bay Packers. Sunday Night Football kicks off at 7:20 right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
It's the the NFL on Sports USA, and we are in the Big Easy as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sail into New Orleans to square off against the Saints. Baker and the Bucs can find the end zone fast with the timeless Mike Evans. The Saints can let the good times roll with Rattler, Olave, and Kamara.
Towards the right side for Kamara in the end zone, and he makes a one-handed grab. Touchdown Saints!
It's the Bucs at the Saints this Sunday on Sports USA.
Coverage starts Sunday at 2:30, kickoff at 3:05 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Now, we're live and local inside the CBC Construction Studios. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida airs the biggest games of the week from the SEC, ACC, and beyond. If it matters in college football, it's on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Friday. We're having a great day. We're so glad that you joined us here. Whether you're listening on the radio, Facebook, YouTube, or ESPN Northwest Florida app, we appreciate it. You can comment, you can like, you can share. In the building with us, we've got Jeffrey, we've got the Bone Crusher, and we've got Chris Hobzilla, Florida Gator Insider, for this show, and we appreciate you being here. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good, man. How about you guys?
We are fantastic. I start to see a non-basketball shirt this week, which is good. So that means back to Gator Country. So either way, we do have a call on the Red 70s phone line. We're going to go with Bill in Covington, Tennessee. Bill, are you there with us, buddy?
Hey, fellas, how you guys doing this wonderful Friday afternoon?
Oh, man, fantastic. The weather's great. We're having a wonderful time.
How about them Ole Miss Rebels?
Well, you tell me, Bill. What do you think's going on?
Well, I think they'll get beat tomorrow. I think Vandy takes Missouri, and I think Mississippi State beats Texas. Oh, and I think A&M will rock LSU in the Death Valley, the original main Death Valley.
There you go. I like it, Bill.
As far as the Lane Kiffin stuff, we're hearing a little scuttlebutt. They say he's been meeting with his team, which he normally doesn't do to discuss things like this. I hear a lot of Ole Miss fans are pretty mad because he won't come out and say yay or nay, which is telling.
Yeah.
Ole Miss thinks they've got a lot more money than Florida. I don't think they do.
No. And
I don't think it's all about money anyway.
No, it's not. And that's the key, Bill. You got to pull back from all of this. Lane Kiffin, if he doesn't make another dime of coaching money, he's got plenty of money. I know that they do bring that into the mix, obviously, but Lane Kiffin wants legendary, and he cannot take a program to legendary. He's got to go to a legendary place, and that's the key behind it.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. It's like Shane Matthews was saying this morning. He's been around a lot of coaches, and he was talking about how they're wired differently.
Yes.
They think differently. They can do all this, but they can't check the oil in their own cars.
Right.
But they're so geared towards winning. And Lane Kiffin, they say he hates to lose with a passion. And I'm sorry, Ole Miss has become a good program for one simple reason. It's not their boosters. It's not their athletic department. It's not Oxford. It's because Lane Kiffin is there right now.
Yeah, and a matured Lane Kiffin.
Exactly.
If the Lane Kiffin that was at Tennessee or USC would have been at Ole Miss, he would probably already be fired, and there would already be looking for another job.
I completely agree. And, that takes time for all of us to grow and mature in different ways.
That is true.
We all do that. All of us do. Some of us do it a little later. Some of us do it a little earlier. But, yeah, you're exactly right, and that's the only reason Ole Miss has had the little success they've had.
And that's the key, so we can agree, Bill, that a man by the name of Nicholas Saban is the reason that Ole Miss is doing so well, because he helped mature Lane Kiffin.
Right, exactly.
Okay, wait a minute. Time out. No. Forget this. Let me tell you something. The guy is a coach's son. He's a coach's son. If you don't think this guy's been living and breathing since he was like a teenager, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that he was underneath Pete Carroll at USC and learned anything underneath Pete Carroll, well, you're wrong again. The guy, actually, you know what? I think he did win a conference. Now that I'm thinking about it, Florida Atlantic. After he left Bama.
Yeah, at FAU.
That's the only conference he's ever won, and he won it one time.
After he left, Nick Saban.
Yep.
And even Miss Terry says that Steve or he said either Kirby, I think it's either Kirby or Sarkisian and Lane were their boys. They're sons.
Well, there's a bunch of boys. There's a whole coaching tree. But there's a coaching tree for Pete Carroll, too.
Hey, Paul, I mean, I know you're a Bama guy.
Yes,
sir. Nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
Hey, man, no big deal. I mean, I'm a Gator fan. We all know that.
That's right.
But simply put, Saban got the guy going again.
Yeah, it takes some time because you know what? You can say what you want, and this is to me, Bill, is the biggest thing about this whole thing with being searching for the new coach and him taking this new job is the fact that Lane Kiffin's ego was in shambles when he did come to Alabama. And he got his confidence back. He saw how to run a program. He saw what Saban was, and he mentored him and showed him. Yeah, we saw all of the stuff on the sideline. Right. He showed him in front of him. He knows exactly.
He took a few ass chewings on live TV, too. Quite a few.
Yes. Yeah. And we saw that kind of stuff. But don't think for a moment that in the back rooms, in the meetings where the cameras were not, that Coach Saban wasn't mentoring all of those guys in a way that showed them how to be head football coaches at big programs, not just at the programs they've been at.
Even the players that have played for Saban will tell you he will chew your ass and forget about what he chewed your ass about, and he'll let you know how he feels, what he thinks, what he wants you to do, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, and that's the key.
Go to the next play.
And that's what he does. And, I mean, obviously, whether you like it or if you disagree or agree, that's where Kiffin got his stability from. Yes, he was a coach's kid, but he was a coach's kid at Tennessee and at USC and all the other places as well, at the Raiders, and because this is not his first rodeo. But I do believe Lane Kiffin's ego wants to be the best. And the's nothing wrong with that. I'm not second guessing him.
If you compare Florida to Ole Miss today,
oh yeah, it's not comparison.
And let's throw out wins and losses. Let's throw all that away. You compare the two programs, the brands, like Billy Gonzalez tapped his chest, said the patch, the logo, the brand. There's no comparison, zero between the two.
No. You're exactly right.
Nobody in their right mind who's not either messed up on meth or drunk on Old Charter for 3 or 4 days straight. There's no way you can come up with a reason to make anyone believe. I mean, they just like right now, Florida can't compare to Georgia or Alabama right now. Maybe not even LSU.
And and you think about it. The program has the opportunity to be there with the right guy leading them.
With the right guy. And that's what it's just like Shane Matthews says on Pot Up every morning, Monday through Friday. It's about the right guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And the right guys only come along every so often. Spurrier, Urban Meyer, you had Saban, DeBoer. DeBoer's he's leading a good program right now.
Yeah, I mean,
he's doing the job. He's getting it done.
Yeah, he's getting it done. So we'll see how that goes. Bill, we're busting up against a break. We appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, brother. Hobby, don't let the haters get you down, buddy.
Okay. That's right.
Shake the haters off, buddy. Shake the haters off.
We appreciate it, Bill. Have a good weekend. You know, and seriously, guys, when you look at how this job is set up and you look at and again, I'm not criticizing Lane Kiffin when I talk about ego, but it takes this type of ego to be a major football coach that is successful. You have to have that edge. It's like having an edge. Maybe that might be what I change saying ego to edge. But when we come back, we are going to discuss all of it from the top to the bottom, to north, south, east, and west. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
out and smack someone? Call or text now. 850-215-6290. The Red 7T Studio Line. Only 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida could bring sports fans like you an app this powerful. The sports content you crave is always on. Live stream us everywhere you go. Now with upgraded programming and live game schedules, you'll always know when the Atlanta Braves and your favorite games are playing. Plus, interact with our local hosts in real time and so much more. The new app for the sports fanatic is available at the Apple Store and Google Play. From 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Sunshine the rest of the day with a gentle breeze out of the east at 11 miles per hour and look for it to be 82. Tonight, there will be mostly clear skies with the temperature reaching 63. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 80. Sunday will have a high of 79 and very light showers. This weather is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
Are you looking to invest in rare coins and precious metals? Well, look no further. Coin and Bullion Reserves is Bay County's trusted source for rare coins and precious metals. Located in the heart of Panama City, our showroom is stocked with a vast selection of gold and silver bullion, rare coins, and currency. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned collector, we have what you're looking for. Our sales staff has over 50 years of experience to help guide you through your purchase. Come and visit Coin and Bullion Reserves today and build your collection with confidence.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Kevin Harlan here for Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join me and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner from Arrowhead in Kansas City when the Chiefs take on the Commanders. Patrick Mahomes and resurging Kansas City have moved to 4-3 on the season with back-to-back wins. Now they face a 3-4 Washington team dealing with injuries. Don't miss it on Monday Night Football.
Commanders at Chiefs. Monday Night Football coverage starts at 6. Kickoff at 7:15 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Broadcasting from the CBC Construction Studios. The sports world is a battlefield of opinions.
Auburn's got a serious problem.
And every day, Paul Wilson brings the heat, the fire, and the definitive take.
They are not finding ways to get him the football.
Don't just follow the headlines.
But they lost 2 road games, and these 2 teams are ranked number 5 and number 6.
Be a part of the story on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's 5 o'clock, and the weekend is now. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. It's awesome. We're having a great time talking about it. We are going to go straight to the phone line. Richard has been waiting patiently in Ocala. Richard, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for waiting, man. We appreciate you. What's going on, Richard?
I'm having a blessed day, man. All glory to God. I just wanted to call in, man, see what you guys are thinking about this Lane Kiffin to Florida hire. And I talked to Hubzilla and on Facebook a little bit about it. But if not Lane Kiffin, because I've heard rumors that he's dressing with his team, that he might not be coming to Florida, may not be coming to Florida, whatever is going on behind the scenes. But if not Lane Kiffin, then who?
Whew.
Well, why don't we just go and get Urban Meyer for bridging the gap between two different legacies, right?
I would absolutely love Urban Meyer at Florida with Steve Spurrier in the booth, maybe.
Oh, man. Wow. I don't know.
Did you hear about Spurrier Jr.?
I did hear about Spurrier Jr. getting involved in coaching. I think that's a great
with the QBs.
Yeah, he's sitting there with DJ now. He's going to be on the field. The offensive coordinator is going to be in the booth. You know, you bring up a good question. If not Lane, who? I think you have to look at what they're talking about, and Eli Drinkowitz is being discussed. You know, for me, I'm not a big fan of his. I think he's a good coach, don't get me wrong. But I think what you would run into with someone like Eli is the fact that he's not how do I put this in it under you understand? He's not been a guy that's been at a big program before as a coordinator or as a head coach. And so these jobs sometimes they'll eat you up. And a job like Florida, you have to be very careful that you don't want to have Billy Napier 2.0. And when you grab someone that doesn't have the experience as working in a coordinator position at a large university like Florida is, and with the expectation of what Florida is, you don't want to find yourself 4 years down the road thinking, oh, man, we really missed out on this, when you have all of these coaches who have proven themselves. Now, yes, you got who you want, but still, you've got people like James Franklin. You still got people like Jimbo. You got John Gruden. You got all of these guys. I mean, even Coach O that's coached at big organizations, big places. And with these guys being available, and you take someone that's just kind of recently had good success, I think you might be in trouble if he doesn't get successful right out the gate.
And that's a very understandable point as well. And, you know, we as Florida fans, we're not known to be the most patient people. I know, as a matter of fact, the last game with Mississippi State there, I actually threw my hat and broke my glasses. So
goodness.
We're going to try not to do that anymore. But another question I have is this. What if, in a perfect world, and something crazy happens, and these kids, with this schedule, rally behind Billy Gonzalez, the interim head coach, and win out? Then what do we find ourselves looking at a scenario at the end of the year there?
And you're saying a possibility of Billy Gonzalez staying on?
I mean, how hard is it going to – it'd be kind of hard to
It's not
say
possible.
no if we went out with the schedule that we have. But I know that he doesn't have really the accolades to be a head coach at the University of Florida.
He can stay on as coordinator.
So we would have to rely – we just have to give that credit to the players mostly for just rallying and not the coaches?
Well, I mean, you can't, if a guy does do well somewhere at the end of the year where everybody's back's against the wall, you know, and a lot of these kids, they're playing for, they don't know right now. They don't know who's coming. So they're playing for their opportunity to get in the transfer portal possibly and making millions of dollars somewhere. So they're playing for big time themselves as well as the university, and also, you know, they want to come together and play for their coach because obviously he's been there, they love him, and they want to do him right as well. But don't make a mistake here. No, absolutely not. This would not be the time to garner support behind a guy that wins 4 or 5 games and has never been a head guy. No, not to me. Now, you said what my opinion was. Absolutely not.
And I didn't think so either. I just know that it would. We should definitely keep him. If something like that does happen, I think it would be few of us to keep him around.
Yes.
And at least, you know, because he's connecting with the players, especially DJ in the wide receiver room. I know that he's, you know, got roots back to the championship teams with the wide receiver room. And the guy knows what he's doing as far as getting the ball downfield. And I think that if we spread the offense out like they were talking about a little bit and kind of fun and gun like we used to do, like you said, maybe even we could possibly get Urban Meyer out there. That would be an incredible hire. The swamp would absolutely explode if that happened. They wouldn't be able to keep people out of that place.
I think the best possibility for Billy Gonzalez is to use this as, you know, an audition for a bigger job. You know, he's the wide receivers coach at Florida, and he's an awesome one, and hopefully he'll be back for that. But that's probably what would happen if, just say, somehow Florida did win out.
Okay, so with that being said, and going back to the very initial question, if not Lane Kiffin, who is at your top there for the cream of the crop? If not Lane Kiffin, because I really feel like Lane Kiffin is a power move that Florida not only wants to make, but they have to make in order to be successful. And if they want to be successful soon, to get a coach that is really putting forth production. And like we said, like, we can put as much effort and say as much as we want about how great and how much work we're putting in the offseason, but if it doesn't translate to the field, then it doesn't really matter. But Lane Kiffin seems to have a knack to get it to translate to the field. And I'm just thinking, do you think that he could come in and be an early success at the University of Florida?
Lane Kiffin?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think he would definitely be a success. I think we would probably, be in the SEC championship the first year he's in there.
I agree. I think that he has potential if he came to Florida. And I've heard rumors about it being his dream job, and I've seen, him talking about Spurrier and the visor and the attitude and the ego and that edge, and him saying, that's what I want to be. I've seen Hubzilla share that recently, and I really think that him there would make a lot of sense, and his offense there would flourish at the University of Florida with the speed that we have alone at wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And he has fire and charisma, and that's what we need there.
Yes, sir. Definitely. And, yeah, man, that's really what I wanted to touch on, man. But I hope you guys are having a blessed day, and I really do appreciate everything.
Thanks for calling.
Go Gators, brother.
Go Gators.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man. We appreciate it. We're going to take our next call. James, you're in Nashville talking about this college football players betting deal. James, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm good.
What's going on with you? What do you want to say about this whole betting thing that they're allowing these kids to do now?
Well, I was hoping to first comment on the whole Kiffin thing.
Yeah.
Being here in Nashville, man, so being a Florida fan up here in Tennessee, it's rough. You got Vandy fans, you got a little mix of everything, Tennessee fans, and I make it to the Florida-Tennessee games up in Knoxville. This will be my first year coming to Gainesville, so I'm super pumped. But they're really concerned about us getting Kiffin here, and I think if this scares everybody around the SEC, that says something. Then that's somebody we want. I don't know if y'all are familiar with who Ramon Foster is, but he's a Balls commentator, broadcaster, and he's a former professional player. I think he played for the Ravens, but I know he played for Pittsburgh Steelers. He basically told all the followers and all the listeners that if Florida goes and gets Kiffin, he would be a white whale hire, and that is the one we want. And we'd be top 5. We would be a top 5 team for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah, see, I agree with you, James, and the reason why I believe this is a key deal is because if you look at the teams that have brought coaches with players, they've done really well. If you look at the Marshall coach, went to Southern Miss, he brought some of his players there. They've done pretty good with that. Don't think for a moment that Lane Kiffin's not going to bring the best of the best to Florida with him, as well as all of these kids now thinking, oh man, look at us, we're going to get to go play for Lane Kiffin in Florida. So that's the big thing. And then having the expertise in coaching, because you've got now, he knows how to coach against Georgia. Now, obviously they lost against Georgia, but he knows how to coach against them. He knows how to coach against the other guys there. And so that, you don't have to, when you bring another coach in from another conference that hasn't coached in the SEC, you run into the problem of being able to learn how to coach against the coaches that are currently in the SEC. And that's where Lane Kiffin will have the edge. That's where Lane Kiffin will be able to do it. And then having the opportunity to go into a school and look a kid across the counter and tell him, you come to the University of Florida, you'll get the opportunity to start right now, first day. And when he does that, now you're talking about the tables will flip from Miami and Florida State, especially with the state that Florida State's in right now. So you'll see Lane Kiffin being able to come into the state of Florida immediately and have the impact of 5 stars that are in the state of Florida.
Man, I couldn't agree more, and I'm on the edge. I'm excited for this, and hopefully we get this hire. The other thing I had a question about was getting y'all's thoughts on the college players and athletes in NCAA betting on pro sports. We've seen it. I mean, we just had 2 professional basketball players, Chauncey Billups and them, get arrested by the FBI for gambling charges. And every year it seems like we've got players or coaches getting fined or suspended and hemmed up over these betting. College players, in my opinion, they come into the league or they come into college world and they're suddenly making millions and seeing money they've never seen before. And nobody's really there to guide them on that. They're not getting financial advisors. They're not really getting a whole lot of help on how to manage their money or handle it or where to invest. So a lot of them are going around and blowing that money. Now, if we start saying, okay, well, now you can bet on professional sports, meanwhile, we've got all these people getting in trouble for rule violations and everything, and it's a pretty gray area, are we not setting those kids up for failure?
I think we're setting them up for failure, but just so you know, I'm in the camp that believes that this has been going on for a long time, but it's also going on now specifically more than ever where betting has become the forefront of everything that's on TV. And so with that being said, last year's teams, if the kids aren't betting, their friends are anyway. And so the thing is that these kids are making their money regardless if they open it up to them or not. Yes, I agree. Just like the NIL, just like all of the stuff that's going on with college sports right now, currently, they've got to get some kind of handle. It's never going to be clean. It's always going to be dirty. There's always going to be bad apples in the group. There's no way that you're going to be able to police this. There's no way it's going to be able to be done where everybody that does wrong is going to get caught. That's just the name of the game. But I do think it's a bad idea. I think it's going to be a bad idea. I think they're not going to be able to handle it. And I think there's going to be more of the stuff that you're seeing right now going on, but it'll go on in college as well with the coaches, assistant coaches, cousins, brothers, uncles, and all of the above.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all taking my call, and thank you for the info.
All right, James, thank you, man. I appreciate it. What do you think, Jeffrey, about that? When you think about colleges, I know we've talked about this, but when you think about those college kids, don't you agree, though, they've been doing this, that they've had to be doing this?
Yeah, they have been doing this.
Right.
And they've been giving out information, and then sometimes even wanted, compensation for that.
Well, of course, yeah.
Insider information.
If I win $500 and I tell you, hey, if I can win 500, I'll give you 100.
Yeah.
I mean, who's not going to take that deal?
And they approach it like, hey, you want a sure bet?
Right.
And the guy says, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, give me $25, $50, $100 or whatever, and I'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah, because they know. And they know.
Yeah. And then, And, injuries are a big deal about this, a big part of it. It's just like stocks, like I've said before, companies, subcontractors, they know information.
Yeah.
Wives, come on,
Brothers.
This is money we're talking about.
Yeah, it's money.
I'm not saying money is happiness. It is not. But sometimes it helps cure some things.
Yeah, it does.
Saying.
But that's kind of how it works. But getting back to this Lane Kiffin story and all of the above.
So wait, let me say something about it, though. He just said something about it. And I'm going to let you, I don't know, let this sink in. Florida has not been getting a top 10 recruiting class. They're right outside the top 10. If you think automatically next year they're going to be a top 5 team, I'm going to tell you no. And next year, they will not be in the SEC championship because it just doesn't happen like that in SEC. You can jump from 7 to 4, 7 to 3, maybe. But see, they're not the 7th best team in the SEC right now. They're like number 11. LSU's like an 8 or 9. Come on. They've won 2 games. They got lucky and beat the Longhorns. And they beat Long Island University, the Sharks. What's that?
Mississippi State.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But does that even count?
They have had.
Come on.
But they have had top 10 recruiting classes, even though as awful as we look. So that makes it even better.
Well, they didn't have one last year.
The year before they did.
In 23, maybe.
We'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
We were like number 7, I believe.
Yeah. Because LSU barely gets in the top 10. And we're happy about being number 8, or 7. Because a lot of times we start out at like number 1, number 2, and number 3. And we drop off when it's all said and done.
I love your passion about it, but let me ask you the question, though. Do you not think that Lane Kiffin coming to the state of Florida is not going to bid them an opportunity to be in the top 5 of recruiting?
Oh, yeah. Recruiting, yes.
And then, so what?
But will it be a top 5 team ranked next year? I'm going to say no.
But starting or ending? What are you
ending?
Okay,
Ending at
so
the
you're
end
just
of,
saying no
at
to
the end of last year. At the end of next year, they will be not ranked in the top 5, and they will not be in the SEC championship.
Will they be in the college football playoff?
I think he could probably swing that. He could get stuff out of his players that normal people can't get out of them.
Right, but don't you believe that there's going to be but we're living
That's
in
a big jump.
We're living in a different era. What do you think that Ole Miss is ranked right now in the SEC to you? Where are they at? Are they the third, fourth, fifth best team?
Fourth.
Okay, so the fourth best team's coach is coming to an unlimited supply of 5 stars and an NIL, that a possibility of recruiting to get those kids there, to bring great players there to the state of Florida.
It's not unlimited NIL. It's not.
Kiffin's the portal master, though, so recruiting isn't as big of a deal.
Yeah, he's top 5 in portal.
But
kits.
But they're loaded at Florida right now.
I understand, but they're going to change that. I think Kiffin changes that. I think he'll be more selective on his portal kids because of how great of his recruiting will be. And you know as well as I do, people wanted to go. You look at what Emmitt Smith said. What did Emmitt Smith say? He said, wait a minute, Steve Spurrier's coming to Florida? Oh, he likes to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I'm out. Mm-hmm. And so kids that are wide receivers, kids that are quarterbacks, kids that are running backs, the offense is going to have unlimited resources. I don't care what anybody says. If Lane Kiffin comes to the state of Florida, the pendulum will shift. Miami will not lead that state. Florida State will not lead that state. USF won't even get anybody anymore from the state of Florida, because Lane Kiffin will get the cream de la cream from the state of Florida if he's at Florida Gators.
I think something that's interesting is that his wife that he just reconciled with, here in January of 25, he talks about happiness and how important, these things are to him and everything. What if she's not super happy in Oxford?
I don't know.
She's from Gainesville. She's, she's got a lot of Gainesville roots. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Her father played quarterback at Gainesville, the Swamp.
Okay. Well, we got to take a break because I'm shocked out of my mind. I need to get me another Mountain Dew or something. But either way, when we come back, we're going to dive into more of this Lane Kiffin talk. You're listening to the Sports Blitz at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Taking your hot takes, rants, and takedowns. Let's hear it on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Your home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up this Sunday, a huge NFL doubleheader. First, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the New Orleans Saints.
First and goal, slant, touchdown!
Coverage starts at 2:30, kickoff at 3:05. Then Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers host his old team, the Green Bay Packers. Sunday Night Football kicks off at 7:20 right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Mostly clear skies tonight with a gentle breeze out of the east at 10 miles per hour, and look for the low to be 63. Tomorrow morning, there will be some clouds with the temperature reaching 74. Partly sunny in the afternoon and evening with a high of 81. Sunday will have a high of 79 and very light rain. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we are in the Big Easy as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sail into New Orleans to square off against the Saints. Baker and the Bucs can find the end zone fast with the timeless Mike Evans. The Saints can let the good times roll with Rattler, Olave, and Kamara.
Towards the right side for Kamara in the end zone, and he makes a one-handed grab. Touchdown Saints!
It's the Bucs at the Saints this Sunday on Sports USA.
Coverage starts Sunday at 2:30, kickoff at 3:05 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Transmitting from the CBC Construction Studio. Your favorite team is garbage.
Dallas? I don't want you going to Dallas at all.
And we're here to explain why.
That place is crawling with crackheads and debutantes, and half of them play for the Cowboys.
It's time to take out the trash on the Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. Don't forget to go visit those guys at AutoNation Ford in Panama City. If you're in the market for a vehicle, they've got you covered. If you don't see their vehicle that you want on their lot, they can look online and find the one that you want. There's AutoNations all over the country, and they can get you in the right car, the right color, every package you want. AutoNation Ford, Panama City. Go see those guys right over there at 730 West 15th Street, right past the railroad tracks. If your vehicle is damaged, it's looking bad, needing some fixing up, recommended Collision Center at Jinx Avenue needs to talk to you. They are great, locally owned body shop, repair facility. They do it all. They'll get you fixed up. Brandon and those guys are awesome. They're honest. They're dependable, and they'll get you in and out with great service and a great vehicle. Also, don't forget, tell them Paul sent you, and you'll get the discount. Now, we started a new thing this week, and it is the sponsorship of the microphone. Fadeaways Barbershop. Yes, I know you've noticed this hair is always looking sharp. But let me talk about my son's hair. His hair is better than mine. He's got beautiful blonde, gold hair. It looks awesome. I'll show you a picture later. But also the kids' haircuts that Alex the Cuban does, top notch. You want your son, you want your daughter looking sharp for school, for activities, go see Alex the Cuban over there, 928 Thomas Drive or 928 Navy Boulevard. His phone number is 850-866-7840. Go get your hair cut. Chris Hobzilla, go get your hair cut. Jeffrey, get your hair cut. Bone Crusher, get it cut.
My mom used to use a bowl on my head and just cut around the bowl. This is going to be much better.
Yeah, a whole lot better. So either way, go see Alex the Cuban over there, and he'll get you fixed up. You know, when we talk about all of this stuff, people want to tell us what they think. So what we're going to do real quick is I'm going to read you some of the things. We'll talk about it. We'll say we agree, we'll disagree. So a lot of people are saying, like Andrew Maddox is saying, Kiffin is coming to UF. I agree with you, Andrew. They're begging for him to come. Paul, who are you rooting for tonight in the World Series, the Dodgers or the Blue Jays? I'm going the Dodgers. Give me the Dodgers in 6. Also, don't forget, John Allen Werner said that, or Werner, I'm sorry. These glasses are not here today. He's coming. And then Jack Patterson wrote, why would Kiffin go to Florida when he's made Ole Miss better? And the reason is, Jack, is because Florida is better.
Florida could get better.
Better, but not good enough.
And then Livia Livingston asked the question, what if he loses to Oklahoma this weekend?
Oh, it's
it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. I mean, Shane Beamer losing out at South Carolina would hurt him for Virginia Tech. But no, losing to Oklahoma wouldn't be a big deal.
Meaning for Florida.
It's on.
Well, for Florida or Lane Kiffin, either way.
We just need like 2 losses out of Lane, and he's ours. So.
Wow.
He's rooting against the coach he's about to hire.
I know it sounds
kind of
bad
messed
to
up.
lose, but I mean, that's what we need. He can't go deep into the playoffs.
So let me just tell you this, what I think about it. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Livia. But when you look at the schedule, this is the game that if they're going to lose, this would be the one they're going to lose. Their schedule's not too tough. going forward after Oklahoma over there at Ole Miss. So, yes, if they were to lose to Oklahoma this weekend, I think that would be kind of the, I don't know, maybe the push out for him to be able to say, you know what, we've done everything that we could do. We've done all that we could do. Don't forget, this is the same Ole Miss team that lost last year to Kentucky. So, I mean, in Kentucky, if you look at their team, you look at their roster, they're not beating a lot of people. So when you look at this game here, Oklahoma, if Oklahoma comes out and beats Ole Miss, yes, I could see where this ends the college football playoff for Ole Miss and then Kiffin going before the end of the season. If Oklahoma if Ole Miss wins, then I could see where Kiffin stays for the remainder, goes through the playoff if he gets there, and then after it's all said and done, takes his trip to Gainesville.
So they had Jackson Dart last year.
Right.
Yeah. They got Trinidad Chambliss this year.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk about Austin Simmons because I'm not really too worried about that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
They lost to Kentucky last year, yeah. Guess what they did to him this year? Tried to give them the game and still couldn't lose.
Yeah.
They lost to LSU last year. Guess what? They beat LSU this year.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's as similar as last year is that they beat Georgia. They lost to Florida.
That's right. They beat Georgia.
So the only difference is that they flipped on Georgia, so they have Florida left on the schedule, right?
And LSU.
Yeah. What's that?
And LSU.
Well, they flipped for the better on LSU and Kentucky, so they've gotten better because they've flipped 2 losses to 2 wins. So even if you lose to Florida, you're still 10-2 and you're still in the playoffs.
Possible.
Oh, no. The Ole Miss is 10-2. They're in the playoffs. Automatic.
Okay. All right.
Automatic. And I said they were the 4th best team. And I probably broke Brandon's heart yesterday when I said, actually, it was Wednesday, right? Mm-hmm. When I said Tennessee's the 5th best team, you better hope that the 5 teams go from the SEC into the playoffs because it's your team that's going to be missing if they don't. And I think he kind of like sat back, was like, oh, yeah, because A&M's undefeated. Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama.
Vandy. Don't forget Vandy.
I got Vandy out on that.
If Vandy just has 1 loss finishing out their career, out their season?
They're not. They're not going to finish 11-1.
All right.
I've been wrong before, but this is one I'm not going to be wrong on.
Okay.
They will not be 11-1. And the possibility of them going to the SEC championship. Think about
Imagine Kiffin's frustration if he loses to Oklahoma. He's like, I got a D2 quarterback. There's 5 stars all over there in Gainesville. What am I doing here?
You agree with that?
No, I don't think I think the guy dominated Division II, you know?
Yeah, he won the national title. But he did tell him, hey, we can't play Division II football anymore. Yeah. He basically told that kid that when they lost the other day. So either way.
How much did they lose to Georgia by? 7 or 8 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, we'll go to the phone line. We got TK from Panama City wanting to talk a little bit about this Lane Kiffin. TK, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Doing good, buddy.
So, listen, I have and again, I'm a long-suffering Auburn fan, okay?
Oh, man.
So I can predict the future. Auburn will lose to Arkansas tomorrow. Lane will withhold all interviews. I think his agent may still be Sexton. But anyway,
yes.
And Auburn and Florida will get in a bidding war, and Florida will get him because he just won't succumb to the Auburn donors, if you know what I mean. But no, I think Freeze is probably gone after the year, and especially if he loses the next 3 games. But
well, he's not going to. I don't think. Okay, let's be honest. I don't think he's losing to Kentucky next week.
Oh, I think he will.
Ooh, then he's definitely out. He's definitely out.
Only if they want to buy down his buyout next year or something. But no.
Kiffin to Kentucky? Is that what we're talking about?
No. As an Auburn fan, I would love Lane Kiffin, but that being said, he's probably going to end up in Florida. To be honest with you.
If he leaves to go anywhere, he's going to Florida.
Yeah, and the reason he is very successful now, he's obviously of a younger generation, and he's a social media kind of guy, and the kids are, the players are, and they relate.
You know how old he is?
He's been coaching.
Is he 47 or 48 years old? He's of the younger generation.
He's 50 years old.
Yeah, he's 50 years old.
He has to have a lot more experience than like most coaches close to that age. He's been coaching forever.
Yeah, do you know any other coach that is active on social media?
Not as much.
Not really my age, and Paul's not very far behind.
Easy.
Oh, how old are you guys?
I'm 52.
Oh, hell, I'm way older than you. I'm old school.
Yeah, but it's funny that you say the younger generation. It's just we're Gen X's. We're not this Gen Z thing where they're all over Instagram and Snapchat and everything. And
I don't even have Instagram or Snapchat.
I'm not on it either.
Very rarely on Facebook. But anyway, you guys, I think you'll end up in Florida.
Yeah, I appreciate the call. We appreciate you so much calling in.
All right, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's an Auburn fan that just said that Kentucky's going to beat Auburn next week.
Yeah.
That's giving up.
It is. But listen, the thing about Auburn is, yes, they are the little brother to Alabama, but they want to win. And the thing about Alabama is that Alabama, yes, for the 5 stars, they usually get the most 5 stars out of the state. But there are great football players and good football players that go to Auburn every year. Mm-hmm. And if you look at that defense, like what Coach Tommy Joe Whitten said, they're good. They've got skills. They thought Hugh Freeze was Lane Kiffin for the Auburn football program. They wanted him to revitalize what Auburn had been before Hugh Freeze got there. And it has not worked. It's been a disaster. And whether it's the referee's fault or not, you're still getting the L's. And I'm not talking as a down on Auburn, but they're wanting him to get fired. So their belief is he's gonna lose because they don't want him to win out. They want him to go. And that's the thing with Lane Kiffin. He wants to be somewhere, I feel, that year in, year out, he's going to be the top of his state and the top of the SEC when it comes to recruiting classes. I know he's been in the portal. I know he's been called the king of the portal, but you've got to grab a little bit of the portal, but you still got to get the 5 stars. If you don't believe me, look at how Florida State has fallen off so drastically. Yeah. And that's because they've heavily relied on the portal.
So back to this Kiffin thing. Mm-hmm. His father-in-law, John Reeves, like the one I was talking about that played quarterback, he was also under Spurrier from 90 to 94 as a coach, and Coach Shane Matthews. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things adding up, because like I said, basically we're at a now or never, thing with Lane Kiffin. Like the way, I'm seeing this wave of fans from, LSU wanting Kiffin, which they haven't even fired their coach. And
hold on, just stop for a second. Isn't that true?
That is absolutely true. Absolutely.
So LSU fans are calling for Brian Kelly's head so that they could possibly get into the Lane Kiffin lottery.
Yeah.
And, okay, so let me ask you this. What job is better, LSU or Florida? For you?
The one with the fired coach.
Okay, so here's where it's kind of like having a girlfriend. And your girlfriend is Ole Miss, and maybe she don't look so good.
Oh, gosh, don't say nothing that's going to get yourself in trouble.
No. And then you might like blondes, and that's Florida. And you might like brunettes, and that's LSU. It's all a matter of opinion. Yeah, and if Lane Kiffin's wife has got roots in Florida, and Lane Kiffin knows what he's getting into when he goes to Florida because he coached at Florida Atlantic, what does he know about LSU? His daughter's dating one of the linebackers from LSU?
That's going to be gone after the year's over.
He also has a house in Florida.
Yeah. I mean, come on. It's a matter of opinion. I live here in Florida because guess what? I want to live in Florida. Ask me if I want to live in California. Ask me if they have better beaches. I don't care. I want to live in Florida because Florida, to me, is better. So it's all about Lane Kiffin. He thinks Florida is better than Louisiana. And it's not very far off. I'm just saying, as far as like living.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm here, Paul. I'm in Florida.
And you never knew you were in Florida because you wanted to be on my show.
No, it's all a matter of opinion. Right. Now, you will have a rabid fan base at LSU. And nothing against Gator fans, but when y'all said something earlier about he will electrify the Florida fan base, you don't think the Florida fan base is not already electrified? They're always electrified.
Yeah, we're electrified.
It just be a little bit more than what it is right now. Those are some crazy fans there. We're freaking insane. LSU fans are nuts.
Yeah, and toxic.
And sometimes toxic. I can't make up enough excuses for some of the fans because they get a little too far.
But when you look at what we're talking about, are you kidding me? The day that they name Lane Kiffin as the head football coach at the University of Florida, there will be people, you know as well as I do, that'll go get a tattoo of Lane Kiffin with a visor on with UF on it.
Yeah.
And so those fans, they're just waiting. Everybody's waiting. Everybody wants to know what this meeting that he's having with his team that he never has, what is he going to tell those guys? What do you think he's going to tell them?
Well, I mean, I've been sitting here reading a couple of, the reports of what he's going to tell them. He's basically telling them, that, this is what happens when you win. That's one of the things he said, to look, they're going to come for you. So I don't know if he's going to have the conversation to try to drive them against Oklahoma or what. But me personally, I think it's, kind of a distraction to bring up to your team right before such a big game, going into Oklahoma and things like that. So I just feel like, there's something to it, just yesterday, Buddy Martin broke the details of the contract. Now all of a sudden he's going, ho, let me go talk to the kids,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just a contract. It's to be the highest paid coach in all of college football.
And that was 13.7?
I said 13.7 yesterday. It's 13.5 at 6 years.
And those things matter. Don't get me wrong. It does. The beating Kirby at being the highest paid, but it's all about what you said. That's been the greatest thing you said all day.
What, the preference?
The preference.
Oh, for sure.
It really is his preference.
Because you think Coach O wants to go to South Carolina?
Here's the thing,
No, really. He'd be stepping down just to go to Houston, University of Houston. He would probably take the Florida job. Coach O would.
Oh, yeah.
Here's
Florida
the thing,
State, maybe.
It's now or never. It's now or never for Lane Kiffin. If he does not come to Florida this time, he can hang it up about coaching at Florida.
Oh, yeah.
There's all this stuff going on with his ex-wife, the reconciliated nation of that and everything like that. I mean, it's just like, if he wants to coach at Florida, he's got to do it now. So, I mean, he can't come. Maybe like 10 years from now, they might forgive him enough, but he's not going to be able to come back to Florida in 8 years, or something like that. It's going to be a really long time.
Well, let me just tell you this. The scale of the people that want him to come to Florida doesn't just run through the fans, the administration, the alumni,
the boosters,
the players, and the boosters. You've got a full house of everybody that's in that side of the country on the Florida Gator fan base all the way through the top people in the organization. They want Lane Kiffin. And let me tell you something. It's real. It's very real. And the other part of this is that when Kalen DeBoer lost to Florida State, guess who the first name was running across every Alabama social media platform, board, everything? It was Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin.
Come home, Lane. We'll take the Lane train. Everybody wanted Lane Kiffin. And I'm just telling you, Florida wants Lane Kiffin. I mean, they want him. And you know what? If he turns it down and he doesn't go, I agree with you.
Yeah.
He'll never, ever coach at Florida.
Nope.
Well, with that, we're going to take our next break. And when we come back, we're going to give our final thoughts on all of this. Florida Gators, Lane Kiffin talk. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Call in now.
This is Touchstone Service.
The Red 70 studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Coach James Hale Show.
Let's bring him on right now. Coach Jones, how are you doing, sir? Let's bring Coach Pettis on. Coach, great job this year. Let's bring him on. The man, the myth, the legend, Jess Bigelow out of the great
I love this guy.
state.
Checking his beeper.
Yeah, did you think they might fire him last week?
His pager, yeah.
Weekday morning, 7 to 9. On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction, 850-740-3815, or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Brian Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. It's a marquee matchup coming up from Pittsburgh in Sunday primetime, with the Steelers and quarterback Aaron Rodgers host his former team, the Green Bay Packers. Can Jordan Love and the Pack win a third straight and knock off Rodgers the first time facing his old team? Join Mike Golick and me to find out. Packers at the Steelers on Sunday Night Football.
Packers at Steelers. Sunday Night Football coverage starts at 6:30. Kickoff at 7:15 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
If you build it, they will come. We're live from the CBC Construction Studios. This is the Sports Blitz, where we don't have guests. We have punching bags. The Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can still call in. You can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. Jeffrey, what you got for us today, buddy?
Numbers don't lie, and on the Hard Rock Bet app, you can look for a betting edge for Week 9 in Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. That's a mouthful. You got to check it out, though. You can explore the latest betting trends, steals, stats, and so much more to guide your next bet on the action. Here's that stat that caught my eye, and I'm not saying bet on this, but Indiana is a 26.5-point favorite over the UCLA Bruins, who are on a 3-game win streak. 26.5 points.
I'm taking the points.
I'm taking UCLA.
I almost did that straight out, but
yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, we have a disclaimer on here. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 or older and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Okay, they changed it on us. It used to be 1-888
admit it. But they stopped admitting it. And now they just want you to play wise and not do too much, because you get yourself in trouble like Chauncey Billups.
That's right. So here we go. We're going to the Red 70s phone line. Lynn Haven Robb said Trump is all over social media, and he's 80 years old. So there you go. Some older
You don't think he has people helping him?
No, I don't.
How do I hit send?
No.
How do I do this?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I can guarantee you.
No.
And they're up at all hours of the night, just like Trump.
It's probably not even him tweeting that stuff.
Did you hear what they're going to call that ballroom?
No.
Yeah, the Monica Lewinsky ballroom.
That's not true. Stop it.
This is not fake news. No, I'm joking.
It is
totally
a joke.
joking. It is funny, though.
And then one of the writers wrote, Lane will lose to Oklahoma and Florida, and Billy G will have them amped up. So there you go. There's a Florida fan saying that. A lot of the fans are saying he's coming to Florida. And that's been that's it, guys. I mean, if you think for a moment, and we talked about this, you think for a moment that he's not their number one target, you're crazy. all of this stuff that they're talking about with Marcus Freeman, there's no possible way, number one, that Marcus Freeman's going to leave Notre Dame to go to Florida because there's no connection. The only job Marcus Freeman will leave Notre Dame to go to would be Ohio State. And the reason is because Marcus Freeman played at Ohio State. That's the only reason. So, no, Marcus Freeman wasn't offered the Florida job. Lane Kiffin's been the guy from the get-go, from the time they fired Billy Napier until today, 5 minutes ago, 5 seconds ago, and 5 minutes from now. He is the guy they want. Everybody wants him. And that's the thing. That's the end of the story. If they don't get Lane Kiffin and they go with one of these other guys, I think it would be a big mistake. So to me, I want to give you my opinion about what I think that if they somehow, some way fumble this perfect case scenario and Lane Kiffin does not end up going to Florida, what I think they should do. I think they should go with a coordinator, don't go with a high profile, and look for an NFL guy. That's what I think. So you've got all these other guys that are going to be losing their jobs very soon in the NFL as well. So you've got those things. And then also, don't forget, you still got a Penn State job that's going to open up. I know a lot of people think Matt Rule's going there, but you've got all of these other jobs that are going to open up too. What's going to happen to Hugh Freeze? What's going to happen to Brian Kelly? What's going to happen to what's going on over at Arkansas? You know, nothing's been 100% said that Bobby Petrino, it's his job. But we all think it is. So there's going to be a lot of openings, a lot of moving parts. John Gruden's still out there. Jimbo Fisher's still out there. Coach O's still out there. All of these other guys are still out there. It's the fact that if they don't get Kiffin, that's where they're going to have to go into the second pool of what do we do now? And you don't want to just throw a season away, because what can happen if you throw a season away is you lose your guys that you know are stars, which is like Dallas Wilson and the possibility of DJ Lagway.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that, you know, when this all started, I think, what was it, a month ago or something, we were talking about all this before Billy had been fired and plenty more. I was like, Lane Kiffin is going to be the guy, you know. And obviously, I told at that time, you know, he's interested and he wants to be a top 3 coach, things like that, you know. So if he wasn't interested in this job, he would not be having that conversation with those players today, and there would be no $13.5 million contract out there right now. So
that's 100%. Yeah, that's 100%. There's no possibility that Lane Kiffin's not wanting or thinking or even entertaining the idea to come to Florida. Like I said, it's a top 10 job. It's a job that you could have unlimited resources because of the talent that's in the state of Florida and the opportunity to play in the SEC at a high level, win national championships. Because I just believe this. Now, this is something I haven't told you guys what I believe. I believe once Lane Kiffin wins a national championship, I believe he's going to try himself at going to the NFL again, because don't forget, he's a high ego guy. He failed at the NFL level with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
No, I don't.
So I could see him winning eventually, building that program, and then eventually going in his latter years and doing what Pete Carroll done, doing what Nick Saban done, and that kind of thing. Because obviously he'll be older at this point, and then he'll be looking for stability and doing something like that. You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, there's the NFL potential, and maybe, you know, he coaches, you know, 4 to 10 years at Florida, then jumps over to Alabama. You never know, you know. So that's kind of the things I would see, you know, if DeBoer does not work out over there.
Yeah. What do you think about Lane Kiffin coming to Florida and then Mike McDaniel comes over to be his offensive coordinator, Jeff?
It ain't going to happen. Nobody wants McDaniel, man. You know, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I don't even want McDaniel.
You know, Coach, they have coached together before, and he says he wants to coach defensive line. Like, what national championship head, you know, coach says that? But he said he wants to coach the D-line. You know, he's cool with that.
So would that be your second favorite team in the SEC if Coach O comes to Florida to coach the defensive line?
Considering they're my third, it's not a very big jump, but I think they'll actually stay at third. My daughter's at Ole Miss. You know, I'm LSU, Ole Miss, Florida. The Gators are my third favorite team. I'm not hating on them. You know?
You kind of were earlier.
Well, no. I'm trying to put them back in their place because they think that, you know, they're, you know, always top 10 in everything, and they're not. You know, it's
Tebow's still not playing for us.
He looked up the recruiting from last year, and he saw they were number 13 instead of number 10 or number 8 or number 9.
I think it was number 2024. I didn't look it up. They were showing me various years. Y'all look it up.
Yeah.
I got to know. I think it's 2024 we finished 7th.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 13th.
Okay.
The list I saw, and it was like an ending one because LSU was like number 7 or 8.
I think you may be right because this was combined. What they took was the transfer portal and the recruiting.
Is that what it was?
Number 7, yeah.
Yeah. So, they were like number 13th, and I was like, you can't be number 10 in everything. I mean, LSU's not. Obviously, look at our offense.
That's true.
We're bottom 10. This is the only 10 we got. And Garrett Nussmeier, I mean, do we really even want him to come back?
No,
we don't. No.
So let me ask you this real quick. So, and I'll ask you this after. I want you to respond to this after. So, with everything that we know as of right now, what do you think would be the way forward? Because he doesn't have a relationship with DJ Lagway.
Right.
What do you think is the way forward with Lane coming? So he does come. Do you want him to bring Austin Simmons? Do you want him to bring Trinidad Chambliss? Or do you want him to come empty-handed at the quarterback position and keep the 2 guys you have right now?
I mean, I want him to bring the guys he's got, and I want him to have a real quarterback competition. That's something I was very used to with, Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer, things like that, quarterback competitions. You had Tim Tebow and Cam Newton, you had Spurrier had the quarterbacks he had, but it's like with Billy, he wouldn't do a real quarterback competition. It was really weird. Harrison Bailey threw for almost 400 yards and broke a spring practice, spring game record, and he never seen the field all year. It don't make any sense for the Gators.
Wow.
So
let me help you out, Chris Hobzilla. You're a friend of mine.
Yeah,
you're a guest to my show.
Yes,
those days, my friend, are over. And the reason they're over is because these guys are getting offered hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million, to come and not have to try to play against another guy you're paying. They're not going to pay all of those guys the money.
No.
So they're going to have to pick and choose what they're going to do. So I'm not trying to...
You have to have a backup, though, because Florida
You do have to
that.
You do have to have a backup, but the fact is that Austin Simmons is not going to come to back up DJ Lagway unless they pay him so much money and they've got some kind of plan. But you could get the guy that's there now to or one of them's got to go. I just don't, Jeff, I asked you what your opinion is. Give me your opinion about that real quick.
Yeah. I think we're misusing the word unlimited resources. It's just not there. There's only so much money you have. And you can cut it up and you can cut the pie, and maybe you got more pies than other teams do, but there's only so much pie. And as soon as the pie's been divvied out, you're done. You don't have any more money to throw at people. Because if you do something like that, you'll be like the UNLV last year where the quarterback left midseason. You'll be like the coach at Virginia University at Lynchburg, who's getting investigated right now because he promised people money and then he couldn't deliver. And so he's getting in trouble for that.
Let me give you this stat just so you know that you understand what we're talking about, because Ole Miss and Florida are apples to oranges.
Oh, you're right.
$70 million splits them between what they're given in the NIL.
Yeah.
$70
That's
million.
a lot of money. You could give it to 70 different people, $1 million.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
So
how many? You don't even need 70 people.
Right, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I get what you're saying.
But no.
But we're not talking about Virginia. We're not talking about the Commonwealth of Virginia. We're talking about the University of Florida.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest difference. So real quick, we only have a minute to go. Do you think he sticks with Lagway, or do you think he brings Austin Simmons or Trinidad Chambliss to the mix if he comes?
Well, I think you'd have to look at him. And you have to take one look at him, and then Lagway, there's a good chance he could be in the portal.
Yeah. That's the biggest question coming forward, because you never know, because he's got familiarity with the offense. He knows what Lane Kiffin's going to try to do, and DJ Lagway doesn't. But is DJ Lagway better than Austin Simmons? I guess we'll have to find out, won't we? Yeah. Maybe that quarterback competition is coming to a school near you. But either way, we're done. It's the weekend, baby. Thanks for being with us today. And don't forget to have a blast this weekend. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll see you on Monday.
Have you ever wanted to reach out and smack someone?
You can't fix stupid, but you can divorce it.
The new Sports Blitz. Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming.
And on behalf of 70% of the Alabama fan base,
Feel the burn.
we want a damn divorce.